Is it working? Okay, hi guys, and welcome back to some more Kerbal Space Program. Alright, here we are back again. There are a few points that I want to solve on this episode. First off, I've decided to finally put the administration building at use. I think this building has stayed out of use for way too long, and I've decided to basically, let's just do. Hmm, I'm thinking about the unpaid research program. I know it sounds bad, but technically, what I'm thinking about is that we should finally put that prestige of ours to use. Basically, how this works: you choose a commitment, and you have a limit on it based on the facility like upgrade level, and right now it's 25 and you can only have one strategy active at a time. And the effects you can see right here, it takes 55 reputation to start, it takes 25% of our reputation, it gives us 1 science for each 2.436 reputation that we gain. And yeah, I think that's pretty decent. We do need more science, and it's good to start as early as possible. And the thing is that reputation, you don't really use it that much, so I don't see why we shouldn't use it. The basic idea of it, of this like administrative strategy is that we are basically using the reputation of our like prestigious space program in order to hire unpaid interns to work and process our scientific data. So yeah, we're going to do that. And sure, we can also cancel it like at any time, but we already like spent those 55 points of reputation to like set it up, and we don't get those back. So now it's active. Second thing, you might have noticed that we have upgraded our research lab to level 2, so we have expanded our scientific research limit all the way to 500 points, which means that we can research everything up until this line, which is pretty solid enough as is. And it also means that we can now take, the Kerbals can take surface samples, so that is a new thing that we can do and that we will have to do again, but I'm not going to stay and do it. But basically, what you do once you do this, once you upgrade a research center, you'll have to redo all those missions once again. All the missions at the launch pad, at the runway, at the ocean, at the desert, at the grasslands, the highlands, the mountains, and just take surface samples now. And surface charred and coating in burn rocket propellant. There's also trace amounts of a conspicuous green substance. Could that be the mystery goo? Alright, we'll put it down there, and I also want to grab some from like over here. Oof. Come on, Jebediah. Can't take that fall. Is this like... Wait, not launch pad. Damn it. Surface sample. It's still the launch pad. I hope I don't have to go too far away to maybe the green substance is the grass. I haven't like thought about that, but yeah. This is the problem with like these kind of missions, and you'll see more. Still, come on. How far does the launch pad take? Alright, let's just speed it up and sprint. 1.5 meters per second. That's how fast a Kerbal sprints. Like, it's beyond any like beyond the speed of sound, basically. Wait, it was like 2.1. Wait, how? Why was it just 1.5 and now it's 2? Apparently I accelerated a little bit. There you go, surface sample from the Kerbal Space Center. This sometimes is what makes the scientists yell at us when we go into the labs without cleaning our boots first. So it's just dirt. But hey, it's still scientific data, so we're definitely going to grab it. And we're also going to recover our ship as well, importantly enough, and we'll also get science from that. So yeah, we'll have to redo all these missions just to get all these extra bits of science. And not to mention that we need to unlock all these like further parts over here. Miniaturization, flight control, I'm kind of eyeing that one out. Also landing could be good. Aerodynamics to make better planes, advanced construction for the air cone and protective nose cones. I think I'll go for advanced flight control for now. And thirdly, we are going to land on the moon. Yes, I am determined to make this mission work, and I will do all those missions to like collect surface samples in my spare time. I don't need to like bother too much with that. To recover or transmit science from space around Kerbin, that is basically easy money, so we're gonna grab it. Satellite in polar orbit, some rescue missions, we're not gonna bother with those. And I think we have like a VIP mission and a Explore Kerbin. Okay, so there you go. Now it shows us, due to our active strategy, it shows us the effects over here. So we're gonna gain 2 less prestige, but we're gonna get 1 extra science from them. It's very nice that they actually show you those right away, so you don't have to like calculate it on your own. Anyway, let us start the ship construction for like going on the moon. It's gonna take some reasonable time, and the mission itself is gonna take considerable amount of time, but we are ready and determined to make history like never before. No Kerbal has ever done this, and yeah, we are ready. Jebediah is as ready as ever to remain in the history books as the first Kerbin to walk on the moon, just like Valentina would remain in history as the first Kerbin to make a flyby of the moon. Alright, let's not forget the Communitron. Let's not forget the fucking solar panels this time. That was a complete fucking disaster last time, and it would be good if that would not happen again. Please and thank you very much. We will put the batteries on first. Like this. Is it? It's not exactly symmetrical. Like this. There you go. Batteries up. We're gonna go ahead and put in the protective heat shield over here. So this is the final stage. And oh yeah, the radiator panel. Let's put that as well. It's pretty useful if you actually have power to use it. It does allow you to withstand overheating just ever so slightly more comfortably. Right, and now we will have these two, which is as we have established before, our final stage that will land, and also not just land but also return from the surface of the moon. So hopefully we have enough fuel into this to take off from the moon, get into an orbit, and return to Kerbin safely. Those are a lot of conditions, so yeah, it's gonna require a lot of advanced maneuvering that I hope we are able to deliver. Alright, we'll put in the decoupler here, then we're gonna put in the advanced inline stabilizer over here to provide more control for our vessel, because this is gonna be a big ship, you know. Let's not beat around the bush or anything like that. This is gonna be one of the biggest ships we've made so far, and the sole reason for that is because we want to get like to the moon like pretty much as sure as we can. This also means that yeah, once we land on the moon we will detach this, but that's fine I guess. Now moving on, next we'll have this large fuel tank with a swivel engine. This will be our transition stage that will transit us from the orbit of Kerbin to the orbit of the moon, and now we only need the takeoff stage, the stage that will allow us to go from being just landed on Kerbin to getting all the way in orbit. And for that we will need a new component, that is the Rocamax brand decoupler, because we are gonna have pretty big ship and we're gonna use the very new revolutionary Rocamax like giant fuel tanks together with the new Rocamax, I mean REI5 it is made by the Rockomax conglomerate Skipper liquid fuel engine. It's a pretty big engine, has a vectoring gimbal, smaller sibling of Mansail. The Skipper powers rivals that of large cities, combining high thrust with reasonable efficiency. This engine excels when used as a mid-stage booster. A reasonable amount of thrust, and yeah, hopefully good enough to get us up over there. We're gonna go with 4 radial decouplers. As I said, I'm not going cheap on this mission. I want to land on the moon, and I want it to happen like safe and sound, basically. Let me see over here. Come on, what? Oh, come on, it did this again where it didn't like connect on top of the... You have to be careful because see what happens is that it doesn't connect on the decouplers, it connects right onto the fuel tank, and that is not good. That is definitely not good. Let's move them a little bit higher up, like this. There you go, and we can connect another one below them. And we're gonna use Reliant engines this time because they're a little bit stronger, and the Skipper engine already has the gimbal, so it can provide flight control. And either way, we are gonna have 4 deluxe winglets over here, together with the already positioned advanced inline stabilizer, so I'm not really that much afraid of like losing control of the ship. I hope, hopefully I'm not using too advanced terms for you guys, but if you play the game for long enough, you'll get used to it. I'm gonna tell you that much. I'm also going to use some struts just to make sure that the ship is as stable as possible, you know, the rockets that are attached to it. Good, and finally the launch, the large launch stability enhancers that will keep the ship from, you know, taking straight off from the ground. Okay, so we will want these to blow up at the same time together with the Skipper engine. Then we will want this to decouple, then this engine fires, then this decouples, then this engine fires, and this decouples, and then this lands back on Kerbin, hopefully. So we have communication equipment, we have parachutes, we have solar panels, we have batteries, we have science modules, we have engines, we have decouplers. We are missing a ladder. That is very good pointed out over there. That is something that we have to think about because we are going to land. Now, the gravity on the moon is not that strong, and we can use the jetpack to go down, and we don't necessarily need a ladder. And it's not very practical as well because we'll have to put it over the what's it called? Over the solar panel. Yeah, it doesn't even allow us to put it over here. Does it? Nope. It's like, no, you cannot. I cannot even click it. Ah, careful. Don't destroy this entire ship that we've worked on. So yeah, we'd have to like skip the thing for now. We'll get the ladders once we get like the extendable ones, then we'll put ladders. But for now, Jebediah can handle a little bit of flight. I'm definitely sure about that. Oh god, I have to like redo these rockets again. Alright, let's do one final check just to make sure. Yes. Alright, yep. Yeah. Yep. And yep, it did. Alright, this will be called the... What did I call the previous one? I'm not sure. But I think I called it like first Mooncraft. This will be the second Mooncraft. And this will definitely, I mean, hopefully be enough to do the mission. Like, if this doesn't do it, I am fucking out of ideas. I will need to like rewatch tutorials like a fucking scrub. But hey, at least I'm way further ahead than Northern Lion. It was pretty funny. I watched one of his videos recently. He lost his previous save file, so he started the program from the beginning, and it took him like 40 minutes to get back to where he were after like 15 episodes of play. So that's just showing, you know, just how bad things are. Alrighty then, we are at max throttle. We can turn on the lights if we want. Jebediah is up, he's gonna be on the mission. I'm gonna go. This one still has a long way until it reaches apoapsis, so I'm not too terribly concerned about that. Target marked and launch. My god, that sound with all the stabilizer detaching. Okay, we don't need this for now. The fuel, there we go, that's something that I want to keep an eye out. Okay, we're gonna go in at full throttle for now, and we're gonna reduce it as we get to like, I think 300 meters per second is like the utmost speed that you want while you're in the lower atmosphere, or 200 meters, I can't remember exactly. So we're gonna go slow down for now, like over this level, and then, you know, as we go further up, furthermore, we're going a little bit in the direction that I don't want. So yeah, basically this, like, the regular stage should be enough to get us into the not so thick part of the atmosphere. The main skipper engine should be enough to get us all the way into the orbit. This stage should be enough to transit us from orbit to the moon, and the final alright. That was a little bit dangerous what happened there. Ooh, that's too much. Alright, we saved it. But yeah, you have to be careful when you turn your ship around like that, because it's the engines fall on the ship. Luckily we haven't lost any parts on the main ship, so we are free to continue our gravity turn without much problems. It's going pretty slow. Once we have the mainsail engine, that's when things will properly take off and we'll have absolutely no issue doing these kind of missions. But for now we still have to like work you know, a little bit by the book here. Pretty decent maneuver so far. We are getting further and further up. 50 meters. They're not getting as fast as I would have wanted, but I think we should be fine. 70? Not yet. Guess I should have thrusted more up and less laterally. I think the gravity turn was a little bit too aggressive on this one, but we are fine. We're now gonna try and orient our ship, and that's where the very handy inline stabilizer comes into play. Electric charge. We are losing some electric charge, and that's because not all of the parts are exposed to the sun, and actually very few parts are exposed to it, because the sun is like, where the fuck is the sun? There it is. It's over there, and we only have this part exposed to it, and like these ones are not. You can see them, they're blocked by the stack decoupler. Sure. Alright, can you see the moon actually? So we could already start, not only that we can start the burn to get into orbit, we can start the burn to make the transfer like right away. We are oriented perfectly for it. But anyway, we're gonna start a burn now before we get like too close and risk falling back down on Kerbin. Try to keep it as steady as possible, and once we stop we are gonna go and conduct research. Alright, I think we should have enough fuel. Yeah, this one has way more thrust, and we're definitely gonna have a lot more fuel to get into orbit. We can even like stop, wait a bit to get like closer to the apoapsis to do like, to make sure that we do it as efficiently as possible, you know, if you want to like really do it by the book. Alright, and when we are gonna be 10 seconds in, we're gonna start another burn. Full throttle by pressing Z, in case didn't know or forgot. Let's not forget, 2200 should be the mark, and we're getting to it in very closely, and we have orbit. We have orbit. Very good. Alright. And we still have fuel left, and that is very important. as I have mentioned before. Alright, so we're just gonna do a very simple crew report that doesn't give us anything, and we're gonna transmit it. The reason that why we do this is just to finish the mission and no other reason whatsoever. And there you go. It's interesting, it didn't we lost prestige, but we didn't get enough science back from it because, you know, we didn't get too much prestige. So you could continue the burn right now, but I think I'm just gonna like wait and make another turn around Kerbin before I start my burn. And it should go somewhere like this. Yes, we will definitely have an encounter here. We'll try to make it as close as we can. 88, 81. I mean, we don't 51. I think that's fine. The thing is, you don't want to like fall directly into the moon. You might think that's the most efficient way to do it. You just like make a trajectory that just like goes right on and crashes into the moon. But you don't really want that. You want to and I did quick save. This is gonna be a long mission. If you thought the last episode was long, boy, be prepared. This is gonna take a while, because we're gonna go through all the steps of making a moon landing. This, as I said before, this is not just a series to prove that I'm better than Northernlion. Of course, that is the main purpose. But this series is also has a tutorial function to teach you how to, you know, perform in Kerbal Space Program. And I hope I am, you know, just a good enough teacher. You know, I'm probably not the best teacher. It's probably like there are better ways to do it, I'm quite certain of it. But I hope it's like good enough to like, you know, just good enough to extend your wings so you can start learning on your own. That's what the teacher should do. Alright, so we will burn like... we might need to like redo this trajectory maybe, because it like... it moved a little bit in the 15 minutes that it took. I think we should be fine. In worst case scenario, I mean, we have the quick save. But yeah, what I want to say is that in future missions, we are gonna have... we're gonna take like less time with like all these like not so interesting parts. Now we will want to burn a little bit faster, because it does say that we only have 30 seconds of burn, but that's because we are still having the skipper engine, but the skipper engine doesn't have enough fuel, and we'll need to switch to the smaller swivel engine. So we'll start at 30, and then we will see where it gets us. The thing will start burning very, very fast, but we're gonna run out of fuel right about now. Any moment. And up. It's out. So now we have to... What the hell is going on? Come on. Detach. Fire the next engine. Similar trajectory as before. And yeah, we have all this fuel now in this one to like get to the moon, land on, get into an orbit of the moon, land on it, and come back with the final stage, which I think is enough. Alright, so we are having the encounter, and now we're gonna burn to get it ever so closer. 200, we even have like a secondary encounter there. Alright, that should be good enough. It's up to you when you decide, like when you feel comfortable that is good enough. But yeah, we could have a second approach with not too much fiddling around. Oh, by the way, in case you didn't know, day on Kerbin only takes 6 hours. So that's some general information for you. Let's turn on the lights. Right now we don't need it, we do have the sun, but it will be necessary later on. Alright, but yeah, as I said, in future missions I'm not gonna go to like all the steps of like, if I have like to do a mission on the moon, for example, you know, I'm only going to show like the important parts, and maybe if something interesting happens along the way, and in the rest I'll just cut the like empty space where we just like move from point to point and stuff like that. Very interesting. This debris will remain now in orbit forever, so we'll have to like go and terminate it from the space center. It's good that we have that option. Imagine that we have like some sort of like explosive on it and just terminates it. It's pretty like we're going 100 times the like speed, and we can it's going away so slowly. So this is just, you know, once again a reminder of just how big the distances are in space and just how long it will take to do like, you know, missions to other planets, not to mention to other solar systems which are not even available in this game. Okay, we're kind of losing signal to Kerbin, so I will want to go ahead and extend our antenna. Extend antenna rating 500k. There you go. We have strong signal strength now, and since the tracking station has been upgraded, it also has like stronger signal strength. If we still had the original one, we would have a little bit less, but it's slowing down because we are now entering the sphere of influence of the moon successfully. We're gonna orient ourselves on the periapsis of the moon, so you can see now the speed that we have relative to the surface of the moon and the orbit of the moon. And here's the real kicker. Like, as I said, you know, you might say that this is the part where it shows us just how good it is to have right, and this is how we close ourselves in orbit around the moon. It's gonna need some burn, but hopefully enough. Alright, should be good enough, and then we'll do another burn to slow ourselves down and land, like a secondary one. But yeah, what I wanted to say is that this mission will show why you know, the atmosphere of a planet is actually such a blessing. You know, you might think that, oh, it's so annoying, you need heat shield and you always burn up. Once you see how difficult it is to land on the moon, once you'll do it like for yourself, like right now I'm doing it and you're just watching, but once you'll see it for yourself, that's when you're gonna really appreciate it. Are we close enough to like have science close to the moon surface? Not yet. So we'll need to get in further close. Yeah, we can see it now in its true beauty. The giant rock in space. How about now? Light status is on. Very good. Still high. We can activate the thermometer, like toggle the display on. 222 kelvins. It's pretty cold. That's like it's like minus 40 degrees. I actually expected it to be colder than that. It's like, you know, it's kind of like Antarctica in a average day. Alright, so we're probably going to try and land, I don't know, in one of those like giant craters. Okay, the camera changed, so I'm going to assume that we are now in space close. No, still not. Okay, that's very weird. I hope, yeah, we're not gonna impact this, you know, the terrain on some places of the moon is indeed very high up. So once again, this is like one of the confusing parts for some of the players. This is like the part where like you need to learn how to use the radar altitude as opposed to like the regular altitude, because once again this altitude shows you the altitude over the sea level, and as weird as that sounds, the moon does have its own sea level. I don't know where that is, but it has, so yeah, have to keep that one in mind. Right, that was a pretty good maneuver, so gonna go and keep on another orbit, and now we have also accomplished another milestone. We have entered the orbit of the moon. Keep checking on the science for getting in close, but just not yet. What did this one feels? Obviously we're in a vacuum, but yeah, probably once we get to like the periapsis, it should be like close enough. So let me see. Let me like try and think. Like another important thing, like maybe more important than choosing where to land, as from the terrain standpoint, is where to land from a light standpoint. Like we definitely want to land on a place where we have sunlight. Otherwise, it's just gonna be really annoying. Okay, we are moving in fast. Let us quick save again. Right now we have enough fuel and enough staging to like go back to Kerbin if an emergency situation arises. So that's a good place for a quick save. Okay, we are now in space near the moon, so we can take some new scientific data that we haven't done before. Temperature report, vacuum report, crew report. Look at the surface of the moon and try to find a good landing space. We're actually going to go ahead and transmit that. Very good. And we are also going to get off and do an EVA report. We're gonna go back in. We're gonna transmit it. Go right on ahead. Very good. We have transmitted it, and that unlocks a new milestone. We have performed a spacewalk in the orbit of the moon. We sure have. Okay, so we're gonna do another burn on the periapsis once we get at the periapsis, just like further along our orbit, so that we do our descent as efficiently as possible. We are on the dark side, unfortunately, which means that we have no signal and no electricity, but we'll stay very little for now. No signal, no data, not connected. We do have full crew control, so fear not. Okay, let's burn ever so slightly. There you go. 2000 meters. Not too low. So yeah, we'll probably try to land somewhere over here. It's not gonna be the crater. It's gonna be just the regular plains, or I don't know, are they called like moon highlands or something? The surface of the moon is not the prettiest place. You know, you might think that it's just flat. You know, you might think that, oh, it doesn't have mountains, it doesn't have oceans, it doesn't have deserts, so you know it must be very good to land. Joke's on you, it's not that easy to land actually. Okay, so yeah, because I'm not really aligned with the crater, I'm not going to try and waste additional fuel trying to align myself with it. So we're gonna try and land somewhere over here. For that, we're just gonna do a maneuver. Oops, sorry about that. Right, in which we are gonna drag. This is the way I land usually. It's not entirely the most efficient, but it's like the easiest way to understand. So in order to land on the moon, we have to get close to it, and we have to cancel out both our lateral speed and our like vertical speed, you know. And what I do over here is that I completely cancel out my lateral speed by burning retrograde. Therefore, I will only be falling down on the moon, so I don't have to like, you know, take into consideration like the fact that I'm moving sideways while I'm falling, and I will only have to like burn downwards. That's the problem. Now, once since we have these like markers, most importantly the retrograde marker, it's no longer that necessary to do it this way. This is I learned this tactic basically because when I first played Kerbal Space Program, we didn't have this like ASS assistance where it will allow us to keep the ship on a marker, on a specific marker. So when we would burn, like if I burned myself straight down, I would cancel the speed at which I was approaching, you know, the surface. That's true, but I was still moving sideways, and that was like really annoying. We enter suborbital spaceflight over the moon, and we are not gonna do just that. We are gonna do way more than suborbital spaceflight. We're gonna land on this hunk of junk. Sorry, I called it that. It's highly inappropriate, but you know. Alright, careful there. There you go. So we are mostly pretty much going down over here. Alright. But yeah, since we have no We can click that off now. Since we do not have any atmosphere whatsoever, we will have to use the engine to slow ourselves down, and that is like the real kicker when trying to land on the moon. Let's start going down. And yeah, this is like the really annoying part, like trying to estimate when is the right time to like start burning, when is the right time to keep going, because you know you don't want to go on like regular speed because it just takes too long, but you don't want to speed too much because you might not have enough time to slow yourself down. You don't want to start burning right away because you waste fuel, and all of these like intricate decisions that you have to take. We're gonna check in the radar altitude, and basically what I'm going to try and do is to like start the burn as soon as the radar altitude starts moving. Like as soon as we're okay, it starts moving, burn, slow ourselves down. We're getting close to the surface. Okay, enough. Okay, it's still going down. Keep burning. Keep burning. We are going to detach this stage very soon. We're less than 1,000 meters. Okay, we're done. Detach. Prepare the engines. The landing struts. We are below 1,000 meters above the surface. Start the engine. Burn. Slow ourselves down. We are in a little bit of a hill, but I think it should be flat enough so we don't like tumble around when we land. Ooh, that was a pretty solid explosion. Scared me a little bit there. Okay, let's slow it down. 6 meters per second is slow enough to land, so if we can land at that speed, I would be happy. But yeah, it is like basic physics in actions, you know, like the kind of physics that you learn in the first year, because in those first year of physics you don't take into consideration like air resistance. So all that physics that you took into account that you learned back then is gonna come in very useful over here. But yeah, we are in a little bit of a slope here. Oop. Try and yeah. Fuck. No. Oof, that is very annoying when it happens. Really, really annoying. Yeah, we should have tried to find a flatter, like smoother place to land. Like, the only problem is like trying to get back up. That's the issue. But we have landed on the moon, on the surface of the moon. So congratulations, everyone. This is a completely new and unprecedented milestone. Moon Midlands, so we have landed on the Midlands. That is good to know. Observe Materials Bay, that is a lot of science. A fine dust of the moon has intermixed with some of the samples. You have a suspicion that they'll never be able to get the lab clean again. Very probably. Okay, let's try and also get science from the thermometer. Good, good. How about the barometer? The pressure gauge is sitting there motionless. Perhaps we should tap it a few times to be sure. Yes, of course it's sitting motionless. What did you expect? It says disengage. We are now walking. Well, not yet, but we are now. Come on, Jim. Walking on the surface of the moon. We have done it. Episode, what is it? 7, and we have landed on the surface of the moon. Congratulations, everyone. EVA sample. Start to say something dramatic and poignant about the plight of Kerbal kind in this grand universe, only to be cut off by random radio chatter that the situation is nominal. Take surface sample. Darker midland surface appears to be made of basaltic rocks. Very interesting. Is the ship moving? It's kind of moving over there. I'm not sure if I feel too comfortable about that. We are going to plant the flag though and mark this in the history of Kerbal, as we're gonna call it like first moon landing, and we're gonna say Midlands over here just to remember what biome we have explored. This is a small step for a Kerman, but a giant leap for Kerbal kind. And yes, with this we mark history. But yeah, you can see that the atmosphere, I mean the gravity is lower, so if we jump way higher up. And there are plans that the gravity is even lower than this. And yes, we can use our jetpack, so you better learn how to use this because it's gonna be very useful. I'm talking to you, audience, once you'll start doing missions properly. We have planted the flag on the moon. Indeed, we have made history. All right, now here's the real kicker. Oh, these ones haven't deployed, huh? Oh, they have. Okay. Yeah, it's not looking great. The problem is how we take off. We'll have to. It's gonna be risky. There's nothing to say about that. So I'm going to quick save. It's probably going to take a few attempts, but there's no way around it. We'll have to like shimmer across the surface and try and pull ourselves up. Oh, don't kick the flag now. Problem is that you don't want to accelerate too much. And the problem is that I'm not sure. Ah, shit, we're losing components. Yeah, that's definitely why I quick saved. We are definitely not going to go and do that. Oh, and F9 is the thing that loads up the quick save, so it's gonna be annoying. But here we are back. Can I like wait? Let me roll myself down. Let's also like retract the communitron, please and thank you. The antenna, I know we will have very low signal, but I don't want to like risk losing it. Alright. This is incredibly dangerous maneuvers. Don't try this at home, kids. But I'm trying to like get just enough lift off that I can just start burning and get myself up. That is our purpose here. Trying to find the direction in which we are like wait. If we just force it to the max. No, that's not how you do it. Ah, shit. No, that's definitely not how you do it. Oh boy, this is really annoying. Okay, let's try and roll ourselves. Fuck it. We're not going to bother with the antenna right now. It can handle it. Okay. It's very fast. Oh. And come on. Come on. Oh. Oh. Up. Ah, shit. That was the engine. No, that's not. Ah, and I thought I was an expert. Well, kids, this is what happens when you don't land properly on the moon. This is why you should have paid more attention to like doing this. Okay, okay, very good, very good. Yes, 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 yes. Come on. Which is the right fucking way? Okay, just burn. Ah, what did we lose? Well, we lost everything now. Not even sure if it's like recording at this point. I keep pressing F9 all back and forth. Okay, we are now in the recording again. Let's try to just roll ourselves down. Hopefully, maybe. Alright. This is a very fast roll. Whoa. Easy does it. Nah. Come on, dude, this is so annoying. This is really annoying. Can't believe this. Which way is up? Drag the ship upwards, dude. That's all you have to do. Not die. Isn't this just a lovely day? There could also be another plan. I mean, we could try and go towards the crater and fall down in there and try to burn from there. Alright, I think I might have found the solution now. This is indeed very crazy, but just over the hill over here is a small edge and I managed to take myself off. Oh, we done it! He's done it! Jebediah! Come on, dude! Alright, now I want to like orient myself upwards and to get myself back into orbit, which should be over here. Here's the 90 degrees mark. Here's where we want to burn to get ourselves back into the regular orbit. And yeah, an advantage while doing maneuvers on the moon is that you can go and do the gravity turn like right away. You don't have to like wait to get from like the lower parts of the atmosphere or any weird shenanigans like that, because you are already, you know, in a lower part of the atmosphere, because there is no atmosphere. So yeah, we are just going to wait until we go like a little bit up over here, and we're gonna go and point ourselves straight towards the horizon. Oh, that place looks pretty nice. Yeah, that's one place that we might visit in the future. And burn away, and try and hopefully bring ourselves back into orbit and back to Kerbin. Let's not remember, we also have to actually get back to Kerbin with this mission. I know it seems unreal that we are still into it. We are like 50 minutes in. Okay, let's try and get ourselves ever so slightly higher up. Very good, and now keep burning. Keep burning, keep burning. Let's keep stopping and keep burning, so I keep doing it like as efficiently as possible. It does take more fuel than I remember to get into the orbit of the moon. But I think we've done it. I mean, I think we have enough. No, we haven't done it yet. We're still a long way to do it, but yeah, we've done it in the idea that we have managed to save the almost disastrous situation that we were in. Yeah, we are in orbit. Alright, and now now we are in the final part of the mission, and that is burning away from the orbit and returning back to Kerbin. It's gonna be a rough ride, because you remember last time how many times it took until we finally got back without burning into the atmosphere. So if I remember correctly, what you want to do in order to burn yourself back into orbit is to like burn over here, and that will bring us back. Come on. Yes, there you go. Because basically we're burning against we're burning like periapsis towards Kerbin. That's the main idea of it. So, you know, we don't need the exact planning, we just need to know the direction in which we're doing. So you have to like burn at the point at which would point the orbit away from Kerbin, and that gets us to it. How does that work? You'll see in just a second. It's magic. No, it's not really magic, but it works. Don't question me. I'm the pilot over here. I landed on the moon, alright? Don't you dare fucking question me. We are very close to the surface, by the way. I don't like this too terribly much, but we are very close to the surface. And we have the sun back up, and now we are rising again. Ooh. See, I see all those missions that these people are. Oh, we are so far behind the burn curve. Ah, shit. Let's do another round around it. It's annoying, I know, but we want to do this like we want to do this the right way. We cannot risk getting stranded in orbit now, so I'm gonna try and do it as efficiently as possible. But yeah, so I'm gonna go around. I'm gonna burn when we are almost over there. We are like way behind considering the node, but that's because, you know, we made the node on the first pass. Alright, and now we are here. Orient ourselves prograde. We'll need to burn for approximately 22 seconds. I think we have enough fuel for that. Yeah. Here we go. Let's do this. Let's do this shit. Burn away. And here goes the apoapsis, and here you go. Because there you go. What I wanted to explain is that, you know, we are moving like in this way, and by burning this way, we are slowing ourselves down relative to Earth, and that's why I'm in Kerbal, and that's why we are coming back down. Just like so. Yeah, we have way more than enough fuel, so the mission will be a success, provided that we don't burn up into the atmosphere. And I'm gonna try and do this as safely as we can, and that means that we are probably going to come in at like 50 meters. Oh my god, I got 50,000 on the dot. That is impressive. Alright, and now we just say bye bye, moon. See you, sucker. It's been good. You tried to get me down. You tried. I know you did. You tried so hard to get me down so many times, but I did it. I landed on your ass and planted a flag in there. Okay, it's like, look, it's like a face over here that is trying to like mock us, but no, we did it. We showed the moon who's the real moon here. And now we just need to get back to Kerbal, which will be well, happen in just a little bit. I need to reset my recording because I'm approaching the time limit over here, so wait just a second. Alright, and we are back. Jesus Christ, we've been for this mission for almost an hour. But yeah, it is just how it has to work, man. There's no way around it. Ah, come on, it's 49,998? That's bullshit. Yeah, that's totally bullshit. It was definitely 50,000 on the dot when I first did it. You know what? Before I wait. Let's do another quick save over here. Very important, because right now, if we want, we can like either lower or like raise our periapsis if we need to. If you feel like we're going too high up or too lower down. So yeah, let's not risk it. Alright, and we're coming in! Woo! Is he there, Tiger? Orient yourself retrograde and start the descent. I said orient yourself retrograde. Come on, Jebediah. We've been through this before. Activate the cooling. Retract the antenna. Well, we might keep it for extra drag. And prepare yourself for the burn that will re-enter us into this. My god, it's like 3,000. So we have to basically decelerate roughly. I mean, we have to decelerate all this speed to like get down, that's obvious, but in order to get back into orbit we have to decelerate 1,000 meters per second. So that's a lot of speed to burn off, and especially in the atmosphere, it's not very pleasant to do it. Okay, we are going down. These fucking legs just never make it, dude. I mean, I have activated the radiator panel, but can only do so much. Okay, let's burn. Burn, baby, burn. The reason why we burn is not to like lower this. I mean, we also will lower that, but it's to lower this because we want to lower our speed. So, okay, let's burn like full throttle. So yeah, we're not gonna land on this run. We're gonna go and do another run across over here, but probably the next one, I'm going to assume if we burn enough over here, we should be able to land. 500, 700,000 meters. Just such gigantic distances, dude. And that was just the moon. We still have Minmus that we need to explore, and we're gonna do that in the next episode probably. You know, even more than that. Ooh, that's pretty low periapsis over there. Hopefully not low enough to burn ourselves down. Like, burn ourselves up. You know, turning us into crispy Kerbals, as I said before. The moon. We've been there! Can now say officially that we've been there with pride and joy. Look at that. How we go around. We will also might be able to land on land actually, and on a fucking lit up side of Kirby, and then not like land in like the middle of darkness, which we've done so many times before, and it's so annoying. Is that like a black hole? I thought I saw a black hole over there in the distance. Ah, Skype. It's been a long time since I heard you bugging me, but now it's not the time. We are ready to make history, but for that to happen, we have to bring this pilot back home in one piece. Yeah, it's pretty lit up from the sun. That's pretty good. We are losing electric charge because solar panels are not facing it directly. We will need to get like the retractable ones at some point. And now we are heating up. We are going very down. Yeah, this will bring us down, definitely. Hopefully it will not bring us down in the bad sense, if you know what I mean. Yeah, we are definitely going down this one. Ooh. But the radiator panel is holding out, man. It's such a difference. Like, look at that. We no longer have problems with the Science Junior getting heated up. The only parts that are getting heated up is the landing struts, and that's because they are the first to be exposed, and the engine as well. But the engine is like specifically designed to withstand high temperatures because that's where, you know, the fire happens. So that's not that big of an issue. 100,000, and it will go below 70,000 most definitely. It's like almost below 30,000 the periapsis. So yeah, we have no problems. We are going to land. Alright, let's do this. These effects are so freaking epic. Yes, we are. Roger that, we are in the atmosphere, sir. We are landing back on Kerbin after our successful mission to the moon and back. Our parts are suffering from partial overheating, but it seems that they might be able to survive without further damage. Everything is alright, sir. The mission went just like in the simulations. Good job, everybody. Approaching the final approach. Really heating up, sir. Switch to surface speed now, sir. There's no more orbit to be seen or heard of. We're below 2,000 meters per second, sir. And slowing down. Excessive heating on the solar panels, sir. Damn, dude, it's so hot. It's really hot. Oh, okay. That was one of the landing struts that just went up in flames, but you didn't expect to land this ship in one piece now, let's be realistic. but the overheating is starting to lower down, and that's because we have slowed ourselves down enough. Yes, we've done it. We've fucking done it. What a champ, dude. Okay, deploy the parachutes. Deploy the other parachute. Deploy the landing gear. We're gonna like land and tumble on them because, you know, we're missing one. Almost so close to perfection, but yeah, let's be realistic. We've had some issues with this mission, so you know, the fact that I lost the landing, you know, a landing strat is like the least of my worries right now. Okay, preparing for the final approach here. We're going to stop and burn ourselves just to slow ourselves down, just to like not impact Kerbin like at too high of a speed, you know, just like that. And you know, try to save like the engines and whatever we can, if there's anything left to save from this. And touchdown now. Bam, there goes the engine. I should have burned a little bit harder. We did it! We fucking did it. Recover the vessel, and that, ladies and gentlemen, has been one mission to the moon and back successfully. And look at all that science. Oh my god. We have science and we are fucking rich. We are rich beyond our wildest imaginations, dude. Look at that. We have returned from the surface. We have returned home from the surface of the moon. We have returned home from the orbit of the moon. We've got extra science from it. We are rolling in dough and science as well. We can do all these techs now. These are juicy stuff right here. We can do like advanced exploration, and we can do like advanced electrics. We can do like aerodynamics, and we can do like supersonic flight, or advanced fuel systems, or heavy engines, or precision engineering, or command module, or heavy rocketry. Yes. Give me that. Give me that heavy rocketry. There you go. Alright, so hope you guys enjoyed watching. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe to see more. I have to check out what's going on with Skype and deal with that. But yeah, Jebediah Kerman has once again made history for the space program. See you guys next time. Bye bye.